Hello, it's Zarly here today with another yoga class. Thank you so much for being here. We are going to start in the seated position, lifting and lengthening the spine, starting to tune into our breath today. Inhale and exhale. From here, we're just going to take our legs out wide, now just as wide as comfortable. Working the backs of the legs down into the floor, flexing the feet, and we're just going to lengthen the spine, and if there's room, maybe just tipping forward slightly. So we're opening up our hips, stretching out our hamstrings, and releasing our lower back. Just breathing here, not forcing the body down, just breathing here. Now we're just going to come over to one side, so one hand either side of that leg and just relaxing down over that leg. Breathing here, so we're releasing the lower back. Other side when we're ready, still just relaxing down. Just breathing here. From here, we're just going to come down the middle so the hands can come out the front and we reach the head forward. Maybe coming just a little bit further second time. Just keep breathing into the hips. Taking one hand to the inside of the leg and we're just going to reach the other arm up to the ceiling. Opening the chest. Okay, we're going to transition to the other side. Same thing, we just open the chest, reach that arm to the ceiling. Just following the breath. Beautiful, slowly coming out of that one. From here we're just going to come through into our bound ankle, so the soles of the feet come together. Holding the feet, lengthening the spine, and we're going to tip forward at the hip, reaching the head forward. Flattening out the back, letting the knees drop down. Breathing here. And if there's room, we can press the elbows to the insides of the calves. Just very gently pressing the knees down. Okay, let's slowly come out of that one. Just coming to crossed legs or something that's comfortable with the legs. Lifting the spine, and we're just going to release through the sides of the neck. So just letting the heads gently fall to the side, come back to the middle, and then fall to the other side. So we're just stretching out through the sides of the neck. So following the breath as we do this movement, finding a pace that is comfortable for you. Holding it to one side. Other side. And from here, we're just going to come through into some circles with the head, releasing all of the different angles and all the different muscles through the neck. If you want to add a little bit of movement, just a little bit of flow and movement through the shoulders, or you can definitely do that. This is just a nice, free, easy movement. Following the breath. Inhale, the head rolls to the back. Exhale, the head rolls to the front. Just a nice, simple movement. Let's go the other way. Just a really nice stretch to maybe try to release some stress that we might be holding through the neck. Just relaxing the head around, see if we can release any of that tension. Just inhale to the back, exhale to the front. Coming back to a nice tall spine when we're ready. Let's make our way over next onto hands and knees. Drawing the hips back, let's come through into extended child's pose. So the arms reach forward, knees go wide, and the belly draws in between the knees. It's a great stretch for the mid upper back. Let's come out of that one when we're ready and through into down dog. Maybe just walking the feet out here. We're stretching out through our feet and our legs. It's a nice one just to warm things up and get everything moving. From here, we can lift the heels, we can lower the heels, both at the same time, one at a time, whatever we feel like. Coming through into another stretch for our feet, we're going to come through into our hero's pose. A little lean back if we want to add that on, or we can just keep the spine tall. Just stretching out the tops of the feet. Also a nice release for our knees. And just breathing here. Back into down dog when we're ready. Again, you're free to add some movement here. And we're just going to walk the feet in towards the hands. Let's come through into our forward fold, relaxing the upper body down. Lifting the tailbone. And we just very gently straighten through the legs, straighten through the knees. When we're ready, let's roll it up. Coming up to standing. Excellent. We're just going to take a wide stance now. I'm going to come through into nice easy warrior two. Inhale, we lift. Exhale, we sink down into the hips. Arms parallel to the ground. Nice soft gaze just above the fingertips. And from warrior two, we are going to slowly transition into warrior one. The difference being the upper body faces now to the small end of our mat. From here, we're just going to straighten that front leg and tip forward, coming through into our single leg forward fold, relaxing the forehead to the shin. Hand that's on the outside of the foot, when we're ready, can lift. We're coming through into our revolved triangle. Now we want to try to open that hand to the ceiling, but maybe halfway is okay for you as well. So maybe just to the wall. Back through into single leg forward fold. We're going to shift the body weight through into that front foot, and we're going to come through into a standing split next. Just reaching that foot out. So we point the foot, straighten the leg, reaching it out and up to the ceiling as much as we can. Relaxing the head down, softening the neck. Let's slowly lower it down, back through into forward fold. And let's come up to standing. So it's quite a long little sequence there. Just take it at your own pace. If you need to stop or go a little bit slower, you can as well. Let's try the other side. Warrior two. We follow the breath. We breathe into the stretch. We relax the shoulders away from the ears, and we lift and lengthen the spine. So warrior two, I'm going to turn that into a warrior one. So the difference is warrior two, we face the long side of our mat. Warrior one, we face the short end of our mat. The hips stay the same, the lower body stays the same. We just rotate the upper body. And just when we're ready next, we're going to straighten that leg and tip at the hip. Relaxing, single leg forward fold, great hamstring stretch. We can always adjust the feet here if we need to as well. Revolved triangle, opening that arm up so we lift the hand that's on the outside of that foot. Keeping the spine long. Back through into our single leg forward fold. And we're going to come through into that standing split. We take our time to transition in this one. We open our hips by reaching that foot out to the side, up to the ceiling as far as we can. Relaxing the head down. Breathing here. And let's lower it down to our own time. Just letting the head drop down. From here, we're just going to step the feet back. Let's come through into our down dog. Flattening the back. Pressing the chest towards the knees. From here, we're going to lift one leg up to the ceiling, split down dog, and sweep that leg through. Let's come through into our pigeon pose. Now, freely adjusting in pigeon. If we can, we want to bring that front foot forward, let the hips ground into the floor, and straighten out through that back leg. Now, everybody has sort of a different variation here. You might need to bend your back leg. You might need to tuck that front foot in a lot more. You might want to lean to the side. I just really want to encourage you to just move around and just find a position that is relatively comfortable to you. So just breathing here, breathing into the hips. With every exhale, letting the hips drop down. With every exhale, letting the hips become heavy. And we just breathe here. Just when we're ready, let's slowly press it back into down dog. Let's come onto the other side so the other leg lifts, sweeping it through. And again, wiggling around, let's find the spot that feels right on this side. So we might want to bring that foot forward. Let's try to ground the hips and straighten out through that back leg. Just breathing here. Relaxing the body down. Just not forcing the body to go anywhere it doesn't want to. With the exhale, just letting the body just move into any free space. And just when we're ready, let's slowly press the body up. So coming back through into down dog. And we're just going to gently drop down onto our knees, coming around into seated. And we're just going to slowly roll it down. From here, bending one knee, and on the exhale, let's just guide that knee across the body, so into a lower back stretch, keeping the shoulders planted firmly into the ground. Okay, let's transition through to the other side. So the knee bends. Exhale, we take it down. Shoulders stay to the floor. So the shoulders glue to the floor. Just breathing here, keeping those shoulders planted. Opening the chest. Beautiful. And slowly come to the middle. Now we're just going to come through into just a little mini meditation to finish our yoga practice. I always like to finish just with a little tiny meditation. Let's rest here just a second to reflect on our practice. I always think it's great through our yoga practice to learn about how the body is feeling. How did your body feel today? How are your muscles feeling? Did you feel any tight areas, tight muscles? It's always good to learn about the body because then we can learn what's tight and hopefully we can focus on releasing those tight areas through future yoga classes. But not overthinking here, I just want you to breathe. I just want you to breathe. Inhale and exhale. Just following the breath, just enjoying this little bit of time out for ourselves. Time out to really rest and recover from our yoga practice, from our day, from our week. Just letting it all release now. Any stress, just letting it all go with the exhale. Just following the breath. So when we're ready, we can slowly start to come out of our mini meditation. I do have longer meditations up at Daily Meditation with Zarly as well, if you want to check that out. For a little bit longer. Excellent. Little rock side to side with the knees. And let's roll to the side. Just taking a few more deep breaths here. When we're ready, we can open the eyes. And we can press the body back up to seated. Coming to crossed legs. Just here, now let's take a moment to really lift and lengthen through the spine. Hands come together. And we finish by saying namaste. Thank you guys so much for joining me with this yoga class today. I really appreciate your time.